Lynch lives or will be alive forever. Good morning, Mr. Professor. Or simply, 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 or simply there. Not Lynch. It's December 6th, 2025. Saturday in Naples. Today seems totally clear. It's totally clear sky atmosphere in general. It also seems to still noise. In the afternoon, at the area 14, or perhaps better say between early late afternoon, 14 and 43 minutes. 59 Fahrenheit 15 Celsius in Siemens really soft Canesi periods for physical gadget resources for the autumn to spring periods of reports of for a second because on the effect Jan last June 17 for years so effect yes we really passed for years what was the past last summer perhaps someone followed me yes I remember the past summer I think body also fact that many say we enter new autumn now also for the autumn in fact for years what reports obviously not for the other 2 seasons the winter and spring is not really still 3 years and if pratically we enter in winter in 15 days so 15 days also for the winter we became 4 years what reports as perhaps man non remember quello che sono vero Chinese positive misura attraverso 3 mesi insieme society simultanea corposa perché capire 100 Chinese si vedono perhaps paradox you to for me at the end of the student television also for the winter spring exams for the winter society cold for spring once again ci soft for the summer agiti 8 su unità signora con lo season servito da casa gadget se guardi in crisi attenzione me what's something we see in future absolutely incomplete surely for this period because consider 2 reasons. The first one consists of passage from the autumn to the summer, through summer to the autumn, and the second one, the most important, in the last definitive change in the temperature decrease applied many weeks ago, through which now the area it's completely changed, it's completely pleasant, through which now the area completely changed, and it's completely pleasant. If not pleasant, it's really good, and with the area mean the same temperature decrease to the summer. Of all these things make the conditions, situation completely, but not pleasant, surely really good, but all these at least for me also for people because in fact at least for me because I don't feel cold like people, but when it comes to winter I can explain better this thing, in fact I really explain this thing better the past winter of the past in the past weather reports also in the winter or in the past winter of the past weather reports in the past years so also when it comes to this winter I can explain better once again this thing yes because from later think that you feel cold from later think other people feel cold from later think or not I don't know this depends on them weather in general for me also good in steel not as got also to see for sure as we think is just for because it's really beautiful at least seems so can be as much as this in the afternoon circa 3 temperature si ripete just before 15 Fahrenheit 15 Celsius 15 Fahrenheit 15 Celsius but today the atmosphere is not shweer just before today we are it's beautiful even if it's not visible, it's still bearable. Now, I say 3 things. The same one little count later. The first thing is fact that even if this thing is and the first thing is fact that now I sing for the same an extract from the classical Napoleon song Sole Me and My Son because this thing it's became a habit of mine during the last summer, past summer, so perhaps someone remember think on a body. So tu sole, più bello ne, o solo mia, sta in fronte a te, o solo mia, sta in fronte a te, sta in fronte a me, sta in fronte a te. Si fa che busca cosa da lasciare, o sono le manere per fatto visibile, but this is the second thing, the fact that sure this is a shine comes will be not beautiful, it is sublime, the shining in sense, and third thing is the fact that now And a beautiful day like this, as a perhaps someone else repeat this case, it's impossible to visit the session to visit. Or yes, you're dancing now, to see the pier, change your bars. More than yes, month ago, at the last Saturday in October, yes, last October, and also to really be unknown for allowing them for other 2 hours from very soon board and manifest completely fresh rule. Well, so series of medieval. We know the new white curtain with the green flowers, long flowers mixed between the plants. And yes, this is new since last time. What was so birthday of the grey curtain with the beautiful winter branches, what to leap and all these things, etc. Read the one of the comments in the video, perhaps the third or the fourth comment, or the point 2 or 3 in the first comment. One of these things, magari non ho finito really well for the shot in the enemy, think of yes. The green flowers, so long a bit, long as between the plants. Or if not even better, surely better, the shot the body is the shot first part of video which I show through which per usual I show you the better to sky from the window. Or also, un'esame pratica è simile al classico shot film moderni che si usa che tutti però sono di calare di tutti in entry and exactly these show the calare di tutti in stini cover image of the channel at what one day I sono di termine sure di cingito as this shot so this effect fact but when the recent the green already shoot the loss with this but when the recent if imagine else you read the latest picture sentence really use it for the curtain and perhaps also case for the first the color the curtain but I don't remember also case surely for the curtain and now as you read this latest picture sentence also for this new curtain and this latest picture sentence it is but also and always better visible for me it's a theory in this shot at this point being a shot. And as regarding the shooter not visible today, but also in the case I illustrated LED select picture sensor for the curtain because it's valid also for it. So I repeat once again, this is but also and always better visible for me. It's a theory in this shot at this point in the shot. And finally, from a medical keyboard magic on the PC 635 also in the case it's me. Ma questi molti people follow facendo i porti essere getting at work. Sono number my sister. Sono myself, also my skills. And finally, I hope you will get the breakfast. So it's really late in general. Also, my nurse frankly is really late for us. But the only part is that it's very even drug reach. The man it was very fucking breakfast. Fintan is only restato it. Fintan è parte come detto MRT that was to yesterday. So think 3 ore di questo non è 3 su straggio. Why do I repeat? Why do they really close? Si cardiaco. Really late for Mars. They're just all the objects just in 14 and 43. But l'importante thing show si remembers that in some way also we fortunately so and that's we always say breakfast sono le mosse bellissime per favore absolutely as long as it's very months I think I must be nice Diese should be time to be lo sto conto like the fact of the reason Friday, and this should be time to be please do that one time so many time check with the visit today just the things and for the shots obviously se non si gioca talking about must one year semi was new for the biscuits are my favorite fact there are many visual combos quindi visual biscuits and Caesar I think it's one of the best best kind of steps of biscuits are chocolate chip gusa mi si also favorite biscuits of Mr. Lynch but in particular there are two things you use della risa first one about milk fact so shot non che si coffee but also quick shock the fact so that no shot fragment di or I shot remaining last I think 5-6 months this should be time period si che sa lo sto con adesso ne damage per su also once questi because if finish now there is one series brought it once again I think 118 1980s si che should be time period so secondo so ne damage per su so si set amount per the pattern certain once again milk so very good news and within this also the fact that breakfast questo month has been in particular member if si che si last period gioco perché most one year so of course I'm referring to the first time that this video and if in some way also consider toll Nicholas breakfast was a mega mama secondo che si è fatto in if trouble si è stato con ragazzi per me sarà sempre preso posizione si video mi cosa 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 altre queste preso posizione nella pamma is a lensi else was I do come in the video because they are really super bad. Also, tomorrow is supposed to be on drive. I cannot do tomorrow to you happen. Now I see, and now I see better repeated things. For later in session, chiamate sure this session will be a surprise session in sense. In fact, it's impossible to be direct reason to kiss this, so kiss it once again.